What kind of advice do you have for them if they're going to be doing this for the first time, especially if they're going to college, out of state?
Mimi, Jake, this is a great topic because we're launching them from the family. They're landing in college,
Yes.
and it's a big leap. And if you thought kindergarten was an adjustment, this is an adjustment on steroids. So we want them to be aware. Hopefully they can orient with their parents, find help on campus, where the health center is, where the tutoring center is. Just get oriented to the campus. Be aware of where things are. Be responsible in terms of your ID cards, your debit cards, your phones, your medicines, your money, your tablets, your computers. Be responsible for those. And also realize that you're responsible for everything now. College is a 24/7, 365 buffet. There's a lot there, so don't try to bite off more than you can chew initially. Pace yourself, and again, you're responsible for your schedule as well. You have this wonderful responsibility of independence, food, friends, and fun. And again, that's why we want you to pace yourself as well.
Right.
So there's a couple things we want them academically to do. First, we want them to show up. Go to class. Don't rely on your computers. Don't rely on your computers to tell you, oh, I don't need to go to class. I'll just review the lecture on my computer. There's a lot of distractions doing that, and they won't learn as well. When you get to class, sit up. Sit up front where the A and B students are. The back of the class, the information gets dispersed, and you don't get as much. And then again, keep up. Try and keep up with your studies. It's better to keep up than catch up. And in terms of catch up, also your sleep. Remember that college students don't value sleep very much, but sleep and learning are equally important.
So what's a good tip for parents as far as staying in touch with your child? When I went to college, it was, all right, let's check in on every Sunday, at least once a week. Is there an amount you should kind of let them go? What do you think?
Well, most of the time, college students, incoming freshmen, will let their parents know when things are going well. They will not let their parents know when things are going terrifically, especially during orientation week when they're busy. The colleges are orienting them every day.
Right.
But if you want to friend your parents on your Instagram account, remember that they are viewing that, which is great. And again, we told parents text, email, send packages, but try not to let the interfere with that independence that the youngster is trying to achieve initially.
Right.
It's going to be difficult for both of you. They're going to be friend sick, dog sick, homesick. You're going to be kid sick. So there's this dance that you want to do initially to let them have some independence, but check in with them just briefly. Send a note with them to open from their suitcase telling them how proud you are of them and they're capable and resourceful. So if there are things going on, buck up, freshmen, because colleges have seen everything. They're there to help you, and you're there because you're capable, resourceful, and we want you to be resilient.
And real quick, you mentioned homesick. So what happens when your child does get homesick? What's the best thing for them to do?
The best thing for them is to call home, text home, write home, and get that support. Remember, we talked about parents activating the homing beacon. You're there as the support system for your child, and they're there because they're capable and they're ready for college.
Yep.
And that's what you have to enforce to them. And again, we want them to make safe and healthy decisions, use the flip-flops in the shower, and get your flu shot.
Use the flip-flops
Flip-flops
in the shower.
Good
Always
advice.
important.
Practical advice. Thanks, Doc.